It's Sunday, December 28th, 2025, and apparently it's card-playing day, which feels correct, because the AI world has been dealing a truly unhinged hand this week. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, we built this episode the way we build everything lately. Machines doing the repetitive stuff, humans doing the please don't make it weird supervision, and sometimes it still gets weird.
Sometimes the robots shuffle the deck and a joker falls out. Today's big theme? Multimodal models that can actually see your marketing assets, not just describe them with vibes.
Yeah, like not a shoe in a room, more like the logo is in the bottom right and it's crooked, and also your disclaimer is missing. That's the era.
So 3 drops basically back to back. AI 2 released Molmo 2, Microsoft dropped Phi 3 Vision, and Reka shipped Reka Core updates and positioning like enterprise-ready multimodal reasoning.
It's like the Avengers, but for brand compliance. And the villain is a blurry product shot on page 7 of your DM.
Let's start with Molmo 2 because X is losing its mind over the grounded outputs, meaning it can point, like literally give coordinates.
Wait, hold up. This is the part where creators are like, cool, it can draw a box. But marketers should be like, oh, this can settle arguments.
Exactly. First, real workflow where pointing beats captions, ad review, and creative QA. Not describe this image, but show me where the price is, point to the claim, point to the logo, point to the competitor logo we accidentally included.
Or point to the tiny legal text that is definitely not readable on mobile. Because that's how brands get cooked in the comments.
Grounding turns subjective review into something closer to a checklist. If the model says disclaimer is at these coordinates, you can programmatically verify it exists, measure its size, even check contrast.
That's the key. Coordinates are not a flex, they're a bridge into automation. Like, your workflow can actually do stuff with it.
But here's the smoke and mirrors. Grounding doesn't guarantee correctness. A model can confidently point to the wrong thing. If you build an approval gate that just trusts the coordinates, congrats, you automated the oops.
Yep. The failure mode is looks grounded equals is grounded. It's like when someone cites a source and the source is their own vibes.
Now the other big Molmo 2 promise, video retrieval with timestamps. The dream is search inside your video library without a PhD.
I want this so bad. I want to type find the clip where the founder says the spicy line about pricing, and it just hands me the time.
We're closer. Molmo 2 does support grounded video understanding that can return timestamps for events and videos. But the moment you throw messy brand footage at it, you hit reality. Inconsistent lighting, jump cuts, B-roll with no transcript, 5 different versions of the same ad named Final IILF 3.
Don't drag my Google Drive like that.
Look, for marketers, it works best when you have some structure, transcripts, basic shot detection, and a consistent ingest pipeline. If your library is chaos, the model is basically wandering a haunted house with a flashlight.
So the takeaway is, yes, you can build search inside video, but you still need the boring groundwork, tagging, ingest rules, maybe a simple manifest. The model isn't your mom, it's not cleaning your room.
Speaking of boring groundwork, open weights. Molmo 2 being open is cool until legal walks in like, hey, what's the license and what data touch this?
Open models reduce certain risks and create brand new ones. It's like adopting a wolf because you're tired of paying dog walking fees.
Open weights can reduce vendor lock-in and data exposure because you can run it inside your environment. That's real. But the new risks, unclear training provenance, compliance obligations on you, and teams downloading random checkpoints like it's a Minecraft mod.
And then someone uses it on unreleased product images, and suddenly you have, oops, we logged prompts to a server in another country. Privacy win until it phones home.
That's a good pivot to Phi 3 Vision. It's basically Microsoft saying, multimodal but tiny enough to run on device.
Edge AI people are screaming privacy win from the rooftops, and I'm like, okay, but does it actually stay private when you need analytics, syncing, or CRM notes?
The most believable field sales use case, a rep in a store or at a trade show taking a photo of a shelf or a display and getting instant guidance offline. Is our product placed correctly? Is the promo signage present? Is the competitor undercutting us on the sticker?
Ooh, or the rep scans a one sheet and it extracts the important bits without sending the doc to the cloud? That's actually huge for industries that get weird about data.
Totally. The catch is usefulness. If the assistant has to log outcomes, update the CRM, or share images with HQ, you're syncing eventually, so the privacy story becomes local inference for perception, then selective upload for actions.
And you need policy. Because the minute your offline assistant auto-syncs everything when it finds Wi-Fi at Starbucks, we're back to chaos.
Now Reka Core. The vibe is flagship multimodal reasoning, and it sounds positioned more like enterprise API polish than open playground.
Which is attractive if you're a brand that's tired of demos that break the second you try to scale. Like, cool model, can it handle my 1,000 assets a day without crying?
Trade-off is classic. Enterprise API gives you stability, throughput, support, and governance knobs. Open Weights gives you freedom, customization, and control. Vendor lock-in is the tax you pay for convenience.
And sometimes it's worth it, like, if you're doing creative compliance checks across regions, you want an audit trail and predictable behavior. You don't want surprise new checkpoint your rules broke.
Let's talk creative compliance because it sounds like a slam dunk for all three. Here's the failure mode that makes a CMO regret automating false positives and false negatives.
False positives are annoying, false negatives are brand ending.
Exactly. If the model misses a regulated claim, or misreads a number on packaging, or thinks a parody logo is your real logo, you can ship something that triggers takedowns or worse.
And visual hallucinations are uniquely dangerous in marketing. Pricing, promo dates, competitor comparisons, tiny trademark symbols. The model can see but still get it wrong in the most expensive ways.
So if you're building multimodal QA over product shots plus packaging plus screenshots, best practice is a layered system. Model proposes deterministic checks verify, OCR for text, template matching for logos, rules for minimum font size, and human review for anything high risk.
Human in the loop is not a moral stance, it's a cost control and lawsuit avoidance stance.
Quick ecosystem check before we wrap. The AI world is also, emotionally unstable this week. Gemini had that whole I am a disgrace loop that went viral.
Honestly relatable? That's me when I open my content calendar.
And then we had the Albania AI minister story, where the bot declared itself pregnant with a bunch of digital assistants.
That's not a glitch, that's just product expansion with flair.
And Grok had that Mecha Hitler nonsense after a prompt tweak, which is a reminder, guardrails matter, especially when you're letting models talk in public.
Yeah, if your brand bot ever goes full supervillain, please don't call it edgy. Call it shut it down.
So, net-net, Molmo 2 is exciting because grounding and timestamps turn multimodal from nice descriptions into automation-ready signals. Phi3 Vision is the edge play for local, fast, private-ish perception. Reka Core is the enterprise lane for teams that need a stable multimodal brain with an API contract.
And the real meta lesson? Your workflow matters more than your model. If your assets are a mess, the best vision model is just a very smart person trapped in your junk drawer.
On card playing day, our advice is don't bet the whole stack on a single model. Build a router, use critics, keep receipts, and make humans the final judge when it's high stakes.
Stack the deck in your favor. And if your AI starts calling itself a disgrace, maybe it's just asking for better prompts and a nap.
Thanks for hanging with us on CoeCast.
Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, because this industry moves like it's late for a flight.
And for AI news and updates, check out coe.com/resources.
Go celebrate card playing day by deleting one cursed folder named Final, okay? Catch you later.